Hey there, it's Gone Girl. I've been stewing on something for a week now. My birthday was last week on the 4th, and I had a great day. I really did. Uh, my best friend and I, we went out and we had something to eat, and then we went shopping, and she surprised me with a cake. She hid it in my freezer when we came back, and I didn't even know it was there. So it was so nice. My mom called. Of course, she calls every single day now, which I love. We have our visit every day, keep each other company for about an hour every day. And then I heard from my daughter and her husband and my grandson, and they wished me happy birthday. Now, the strange thing about it was that my daughter only lives down the street, basically. I was surprised. It's the first time she hasn't actually come over on my birthday. I even asked her, I said, I said, Terry brought an ice cream cake. I still have lots left. You should bring your grandson over and have some ice cream. Well, I thought that was it. I thought, okay, it was on a Thursday. My daughter works. So I figured, okay, it would probably be on the weekend when they come. Crickets. Still crickets. Even to this day, it's still crickets. Now, why this is important to note is just before this, I had told my daughter what the doctor said about the cancer being back. And that now we have to do a whole bunch of other things about it. Cancer is annoying in its nature because it's scary and all that. But there's a lot of going from pillar to post to post to pillar. Get this test, do this, do that. All the things I hate to do because I don't make a very good patient. I really don't. I like to live in my blissful denial. But going from here to there of all these appointments and scheduling and having to schedule things around other things. I had asked my daughter to take me to these appointments. She said unceremoniously, no. And that shocked me. Okay. And I thought, okay, whatever. So I left it alone. And I'm still leaving it alone. I did. Terry, my best friend, did swoop in and say, I'll take you. And my mom, as a backup, said she'd fly down and help me out if I really needed it. And that, as much as a 93-year-old lovely lady could look after me. But the weird thing is the crickets. I, to be honest, it's not my fault I have cancer. It just isn't. And I did not expect it to come back in 2.5 years when usually it comes back 5 to 7 years, you know. And now they think it's elsewhere. Hence the pillar to post tests and ultrasounds. And I did that. Um, Doing a test to see if it's in my bones. Um, it might be on the right side of my lung cavity. Oh, here on this side. Um, I don't know. And I say a lot, and I'm sorry. I just, I keep feeling like I have to be the cheerleader for everybody else, and yet I'm the one that has the situation. And I'm not allowed to have my feelings because I'm too busy keeping everybody around me in a state of it's okay. And even well, I'm not okay, to be honest. I'm really not okay. I'm tripping over this left, right, and center. I have I have PSWs that come to my house, and on Wednesday I had a different PSW, and God has a sense of humor because this lovely lady, she has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she's got two small kids, and she's from India, but she's actually been here in Canada for 10 years, and she was saying that she couldn't tell her family and she couldn't tell her friends And she almost didn't even tell her husband, even when she was going through the treatments. And I said to her, I understand. If you break your arm, you break your leg, you get your appendix out, you know, and you go to the hospital. Everyone cheers around you. Everybody is going like, get well, and everybody rallies around you. But the minute it's cancer, everybody shuts up. Not only do they shut up, they walk away. They don't want to say anything. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. So you know what happens? The cancer patient is the one that's left by themselves. And I think that's very unfortunate. But I could tell this young lady, I said, you know, sweetheart, I get it. People around us may not get it, but I want you to know I get it. I understand the fact that you feel all alone. And but I said, you're going to get through it. I told her, I said, you're going to get through it. The doctor was right when he told you that non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is the best cancer to have because it's treatable. And most of the time it's pretty success rate for quite a long time. Um, so and she was crying, and I said, honey, you're not alone. You've got me. So anytime you want, just drop over. You don't even have to come work. I said, it's okay, and it's okay not to be okay. And I have to keep telling myself that because it's hard for me to believe that it's okay for me not to be okay. Because inside I'm not okay. I've got a raging tornado happening in my spirit and my mind. Um, the only problem is I can't express it in a sense because I'm worried that if I get upset about it, I won't come back from that. You got to remember, I suffered my whole life with suicidal ideation and stuff like that, and I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? So I always keep myself, try an uneven keel type of thing. Although I feel like my family, other than my mom, they they don't care whether I live or die. It just seems that way. That's just me. That's the way I see it. That doesn't mean it's accurate. And what bothers me is I stayed here for all of them. Really, my name Gone Girl was because I had applied for doctor assisted. And luckily, the Canadian government postponed all of that for my set of circumstances till the year of 2027, which gave me the time to heal from the problem that was bothering me from the accident and stuff like that, and my friend dying, and me ending up in a wheelchair type of thing and losing my entire world. Um, it gave me time to heal from that because I was really struggling. And then, bang, I heal from that. I get rid of the addict living in my house. I finally, in the minute I had my house to myself, 3 weeks later, got diagnosed with cancer. Then I had the surgery, which damaged my whole throat and a lot of my ability to function because it had already metastasized up to the glands here. And so there's a lot of glands that did stuff that now don't work. And I have electrical charges going through my throat and stuff. And some days I have a voice, some days I don't. It's all hit or miss. And then now to find out the cancer's not only back, it's up here again, sitting on my ear, down in here, and and they're checking my bones and my lung cavity. So I know more than likely I got this, and it'll probably be okay. But that's the way I feel, but that doesn't mean that's true. I don't know if it's going to be okay. But I'm starting to see that it's inconveniencing people. And what am I fighting for? Some days I think, why am I fighting to be here? You know, although I have my schooling and the stuff, going to class online all the time, 2-3 times a week. I love it. I love learning. I love talking. We love discussing things. I really love it. It's really the reason I stayed longer I think the last bout of cancer would have done me in if I didn't have the long term. And I had my daughter then too, but now it's all upside down and inside out. I don't know. But that's my whining for today on a Saturday afternoon. Um, I just, I don't know. I try not to think. We learned in one of my classes, we were discussing the fact that you can't live in the past. It's a 20-80-20 rule. No, sorry. 10-80 10-80-10 rule. You're supposed to live 10% in the past, 80% in the present, and only 10% in the future. Because for one, the past is already done. Nothing you can do to change it. You just can't. You can change your now, but you can't change the past, so why live in it? You can't change the future, and in my case, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to end up dying choking to death. you know, so I can't live in the future. And today, some days are hard, some days aren't. And plus, I have severe pain, like severe pain. I have to have surgery on my shoulders because they're so bad. The arthritic pain is in the bones. And I have a headache every single day. Every day I wake up with it, I go to bed with it. Nothing helps. One too many hits to the head. I had the tumor behind my optic nerve when I was 9 months old, and of course I hit my head in the accident. So I've got a lot of rattles up there. And of course, my brain hurts all the time. But enough of me. I know I whine. I complain a lot. But I really only have this vlog to complain to because there's no one else I can complain to. I got to shield my mom because she's 93 this year. And it's not okay to be not okay around her because she feels so hopeless and helpless. So I just tell her, pray. That's all you can do is pray. I said, that's what's keeping me going, Mom. I tell her that. Your prayers are keeping me going. I get up every day. I know you're going to call. That keeps me going. And my friend. My friend has stepped in and she's been very good to me. She really has. And the PSWs are wonderful to me. They really are. I got this tall, dark, and handsome guy that comes and does my shower of all things, and tidies and stuff like that. And he keeps me going. He's my cheering section too. So I'm very lucky that, and I have my electric chair, my new one, which is great because that's how I can go shopping and I can go for coffee and all my freedoms that I didn't have for a long time. It's great not living in my room. I know I'm in my room now, but that's because my birds are having a party and it's hurting my head. So I had to come in here to have a break. But anyways, if the sun shines, the sun shines no matter where you are. It comes from the inside out. Be good to each other. Be kind to each other. And hug your kids. This is Gone Girl. She's gone.